Sheik, are you ready or you want to wait?
I'm ready.
You ready? All right.
On 1, 2, 3, we go.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Welcome everyone to Live from the Dutch Hall. I'm your host, Pete Van Dyke, and today we have the biggest guest that Live from the Dutch Hall has ever had, the great champion. We've had on CFL champions, we've had on hockey champions, we've had on lots of great champions, but never have we had a champion as decorated and as world-renowned as our guest here today, AAU champion from 1971, and a Greco-Roman Olympian representing the great country of Iran.
I want to correct.
Oh, yeah, am I wrong?
Can you read it or no?
I can. I have better eyes than that other guy.
Yeah, read both.
What
country, how much I paid, what year? Read
all
it.
right. It says Amateur Athlete Union of the United States and it says the year, which is 1972.
No. No.
And then on the back it says
Read
Greco-Roman Wrestling, 183.5 pounds,
Right.
1971.
Excellent. 1971, and I've been Munich Olympic game 1972, if you guys remember. So anyway, that's the
Thank you
most biggest medal I get in the world for wrestling. But I'm asking you, Mr. Hulk Hogan, have that medal or no?
No, of course not.
Thank you, sir.
Of course not.
Thank you, sir.
So I have a question. When you came over to the United States, you helped coach in Minnesota, right?
Absolutely.
Right? And then it led you to be the coach of the American Olympic team that went to Munich, correct?
What was your name again?
Peter.
Mr. Peter,
Yeah.
you are a very intelligent man, sir. I come from Iran to New York. From New York, I went to the Minnesota. Who was the coach? Olympic coach, Mr. Alan Rice. That was for the college, university.
Yeah.
And then professional coach was Mr. Gania. I left the Olympic Minnesota coach, Mr. Alan Rice. He bring me to Minnesota. My team was one of the best team. They call Minnesota Wrestling Club. 5 years I make him AAU champion.
And then beyond that, when you started professional wrestling and Bert Gagne was your coach, you later on went to coach his son, correct?
Excellent.
Train his son?
No. Mr. Gania was the head coach, and Billy Robinson, Englishman, was the second man. And then we start that camp. It was Ric Flair, and then Greg Gania, Mr. Gania's son,
Jumpin' Jim
Jim
Brunzell?
Morzenzeller, myself, and Bob Ruger, he passed away. We was six men, strongman camp for Chera, and 1974 or 3 we started in the Mr. Gania camp. So Mr. Gania promoter, his son Greg Gania, good friend of mine, I miss him, and he take me to Las Vegas. We had a great time that time. Also, he was my best man, and I like him. I have a lot of memory in Minnesota. I born in Iran, but I met in Minnesota to become college chaplain, and then after that, Mr. Alan Rice, Olympic coach, take me to the office center, introduced to me to Mr. Gania, and I come from in the Minnesota, 1973, after Olympic game, 1972, Munich, Germany.
Yeah, well, it's very, very impressive. And that's the thing that I think a lot of times people forget is how decorated you were as a young man and how much of a true athlete, as far as a specimen in history, like one of the greatest wrestlers to ever compete in the sport.
I appreciate your opinion, sir, because you know, and Dan Gay will know, I am the red. Luke Sugar and the man with black, what is his name? Black wrestler.
Yeah.
Black wrestler, Mr. Gania, and Dan Gable, myself, we are the real in Midwest wrestler at that time.
Right.
And it was the toughest sport in the Olympics.
All right, can I ask you a favor, Sheik? We have a guy that was supposed to be here today. He's our co-host of the show, Dave Charters. He's a Polish fellow, big blockhead like Ivan Putski. Remember Ivan Putski?
Wow, I can't believe it. Judge Ronnie Ivan Putski, he was my training partner, and in Minnesota he get his break. He come to the Minnesota, my coach, Mr. Gania, push him, and he get a good break, and he was his gimmick was a big fat Pollock with his Jabroni food like McDonald's
Yeah.
or like sausage.
You sound like you're describing my guy. Yeah, that's the same guy. It sounds just
Exactly,
like my coach.
exactly. So Posky, Polish Posky, good friend of mine, intelligent Polak man. His gimmick was there like that to be Don Polak, but he was good. But his son didn't make it to be like his father.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and good friend of mine traveled together. Later on, he get a good diet, and from 350 pounds, he come maybe 200.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was firstly Polish power.
Polish power,
Look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He completely changed, and he's an intelligent Polak man. But his son Scott didn't make it. But Posky, good friend of mine, my training partner, we go in the Poland men training. He was all right.
Well, can you cut a promo on my friend Dave and just say say he's no Ivan Putski, that he's a dumb Polak, not an intelligent Polak like the great Ivan Putski, but that this jabroni doesn't even make the 4-hour drive to meet the Sheik because of a Cub car rally for his son. Dave.
He's opposite Posky. Is Jabroni or no?
He
He's
looks like
jabroni.
Ivan Putski, but he's jabroni.
He don't have that class.
Well, is he not here today? He didn't make the trip to see the Sheik. Me and my other co-host, Mike Bo, drove 4 hours to see you today.
What is his name?
Dave.
From where?
Dave from Burford.
From Burford.
Jabroni.
Yeah. Jabroni, big
Okay,
time. So
yeah.
you can say Dave from Burford, or even call him the Rooster. If you call him the Rooster, that's easy.
Rooster Dave Burford, whatever your fucking name is, I want to let you know everybody is here and you didn't make it. I don't know for what reason. You're young, intelligent man. Otherwise, don't be lazy and dumb son of a bitch. Go fuck yourself.
That's right, Dave. Right. That's why we have the greatness of the Iron Sheik on the show, to put people like Dave Charles in his place. And Sheik, I can't even thank you enough.
Mr. Pett, you're an intelligent man. God bless you and you have a good time. And tell the jabroni to don't get a small comeback.
What movie?
All right.
Oh, another thing.
Yeah, no problem. I'll plug the movie. We are here to see the Sheik's documentary, which is The Sheik. It's a great documentary. Can't look forward to seeing it. And if you could all go ahead and support it, it would really help out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. It chronicles the great career of a great professional athlete, the Iron Sheik. And thank you very much for being my guest in Live from the Dutch Hall. If you don't mind, could you just say, this is the Iron Sheik, and you're listening to Live from the Dutch Hall?
This is the Iron Sheik. You listen from Dutch
Live. You're listening to the Dutch Hall.
Hall.
Yeah.
This is the Iron Sheik. You're listening to Dutch Hodge, whatever.
Dutch
Right?
Hall, yeah. Hall.
Dutch.
Hall, like, like a hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dutch
Say
Hall.
it once.
Dutch Hall, like that. Dutch Hall.
This is Iron Sheik.
This is Iron Sheik, you're listening to the Dutch Hall.
I'm the Iron Sheik. You're listening to the Dutch Hall.
All right.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a good night. And again, change yourself.
And now you get a beer.
Have a good night, everybody in the Kingstown, Ontario, and all my movie friends, coast to coast America, and all over around the world. God bless you guys, and have a good day.
All right. Cheers.
Okay, we got one.